If you're a returning subscriber, hey love, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Mariah. So this video right here has been highly requested, and I aim to please. I aim to please for y'all because I love y'all. I already know. And so I just can't wait to break down, the beginner friendly version of keto. I always ask, make a video about keto. Let us know how you started your weight loss journey with keto, because I did. I lost 100 pounds using keto and intermittent fasting and also exercise, etc. And my highest weight was 284 pounds and my lowest weight was 179. I can't say what I am right now, honestly, because I've been a little too nervous to hop on a scale due to high amounts of stress and stuff, and I honestly feel like the scale can add a lot of stress, especially if it ain't the number that you're expecting. So let's get right into this video. Did I introduce myself already? I think I did. And how are you feeling? How are you doing today before we just jump right into this video? Let me know if you want to do a Q&A for keto, if you quite didn't understand what I've been talking about today. So let's get started today on keto and how you can get started for beginners. So what is keto? So I'm glad you asked. I've been saying keto over 1 million times in the past 2 years when I started my weight loss journey, because it was just this word that just frequently used a lot. And if you are on keto or have been on keto, then you understand that saying keto is like a daily thing, especially when people constantly ask you, what do you do to lose weight? You say keto a lot, you explain keto a lot. It's literally you dream about keto. Keto has been thrown around in your vocabulary a million of times, I promise you. So what is keto? Keto is a low carb, high fat diet. When I say low carbs, I mean little to none. You can't really have sugar on this diet, but if you do, it has to be very, very low amounts of sugar. The point of the diet is to get your body in ketosis so that you can burn fat instead of burning high amounts of carbs. So ketosis is a metabolic state in which your body burns fat for fuel instead of carbs. To sum it up, when you're limiting your amounts of carbs and sugar, which is your main source of energy, your body starts burning fat for fuel. So once you start burning fat, you start losing a whole bunch of weight. And that's how keto really started. So in order to get in ketosis, you can use many different methods. You can use the egg fast to get into ketosis. Also, you can use intermittent fasting to get into you know what I'm trying to say. All right, so a method of getting into ketosis is by intermittent fasting. So when your body goes over 16 hours of eating nothing, consuming nothing, you can have water, of course, but the point of fasting is to consume no type of calories or no type of carbs. So when you're doing that, your body starts burning fat, and that is a form of ketosis. All right, so another method of getting into ketosis is by doing little challenges like the egg fast. So I won't get into much detail about the egg fast because I believe you're only just consuming 6 to 8 eggs a day, and with your choice of fat, which could be butter or cheese, and just eating that by itself, you can get into ketosis that way. Also, a way to test if you're in ketosis is by doing a keto test strips. You can find these test strips at Walgreens, or you can find these test strips at CVS, Walmart, any places. You would just honestly, I never really used test strips before, but I've heard good things about them, but personally I just didn't want to spend my money on using test strips. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you, but that's another way to test see if you got into ketosis or not. All right, so when trying a diet like this, you will come across some side effects. So when you're starting keto, you might notice that you may get the keto flu. The keto flu, what is that? Interesting, right? Yeah. So with the keto flu, you may experience a couple of dizziness because you are not eating as much carbs. and so your body is not used to that, so you may feel a little nauseous. You may have headaches for a good period of time, but honestly, if you consume a whole bunch of electrolytes, like Propel water, Gatorade, but zero sugar Gatorade, of course, take some Tylenol and you'll be fine. But with the keto flu, there are many different side effects. If I haven't named some, then I will list some right now. Alright, so what I noticed on my journey is that when doing keto, you had to track your food. You couldn't have more than 25 net carbs a day. And you might say, okay, what is net carbs? Net carb is when you take the total amount of carbs on the label and you subtract it by the dietary fiber on the label, and that's what you'll get. Alright, for instance, so let's take this bread right here. It is 2 grams of net carbs. So on the back of the label, you will see that the total carbs is 7 grams and the total of the dietary fiber is 4 grams. And also it has 1 gram of sugar alcohol. Now usually I don't really count the sugar alcohol, but for this brand, and so for this brand it has 2 net carbs. So you would take the total carbs, which is 7, minus it by 4 grams of the dietary fiber, and then minus it by 1 gram of sugar alcohol, and that makes 2 net carbs per slice. I hope that was explanatory enough. If you have any more questions about net carbs, hit me up. I wouldn't mind explaining that in the Q&A that I'm going to be doing for the next video. Alright, so when tracking your carbs, you can use different apps. Like I use the Carb Manager to track my carb intake. You can easily just scan the product. You can find it in the grocery store, scan the product, and it will let you know how many net carbs it is, also how many total carbs, and you can just add it to your food list, and it will easily tell you how many carbs you had within that day, also what's your net carb amount, etc., calories, and it will let you know everything. And that made it super easy for me when doing keto, because I also had this scale. Let me show you my scale. Alright, so I had this food scale, which I was able to weigh my food items so I can know, how much portions I needed to do in order to get the results that I want. Alright, so we're gonna get into keto do's and don'ts, as what can you eat and what you should avoid when you're trying to stay on a ketogenic diet. So on your ketogenic diet, you should look out for protein, fats, and veggies. As far as protein, I recommend fish, eggs, meat, deli meat, organic meat, all types of protein, because they don't consume high amounts of carbs. As far as veggies, I recommend like broccoli, spinach, lettuce, but anything that doesn't have starchy vegetables. When I say starchy veggies, I mean like potatoes, I mean like corn, and I love potato corns and beans. You can't really have beans because they have some of them have high amounts of carbs. But you can do cauliflower, anything. You can cauliflower pizza. You can do so much with cauliflower. So I do recommend that you have a good amount of protein when doing the ketogenic diet, because it can make you feel fuller. For the ketogenic diet, I recommend that you have a good amount of protein and a good amount of veggies, but very much half and half. I didn't consume lots of fats, but I did do a lot of protein, a lot of veggies, and that worked out in my case. As far as fats, you can have oil, you can have butter, you can have dairy products and cheese. And nuts here and there, but I would very much limit that amount of nuts that you have in your diet, because a lot of nuts have a lot of fat in them. I'm sure you're like, well, you need fat, for this diet. You do, but I would very much limit, because a lot of the fats have a higher amounts of calories in them. I'm going to show a listing as far as I'm talking about protein, veggies, and fats, so you don't get a little lost what is she talking about. And if you have any more questions, hit me up and I will do a Q&A about that. Also, what I didn't mention, a major thing that you should avoid on your ketogenic diet is sugar. High amounts of sugar. Like, of course, certain things are going to have on the label like 1 gram of sugar, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. It won't kick you out your ketogenic diet. It won't kick you out of ketosis. You'll be perfectly fine with a very, very, very small amounts of sugar. And it's going to be a little difficult because you're going to have occasions where you see cake, you see all these different type of desserts, and I'm going to name them all because they're going to make me a little hungry. But you should watch out for high amounts of sugar. There's many recipes I found on YouTube that has substitutes for like brownies, cookies. There's keto version of mostly anything. Like, you can check out my Instagram and see the type of desserts that I made while doing the keto diet, and I was still able to get the results that I wanted. And most of the recipes were actually very delicious. I was actually surprised at myself for cooking those type of desserts. I love to bake, I really do. And right now I don't really have much time for baking, but I said I'm gonna try to do more recipes for y'all. Go follow me on Instagram if you want to see more recipes. Also, on the ketogenic diet, I recommend you stay away from sugary drinks like juice, soda that has like 1,000 grams of sugar in the back of the label. Also, drink a lot of water. Don't consume as much sugary alcohol. I know you like alcohol too, yes, but also there are many different alcohol beverages out there that doesn't contain a lot of sugar, and that I found that I actually kind of enjoy. I also want to touch base on intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting and keto go hand to hand. Like, if you do intermittent fasting with keto, then you're going to be like, wow, like the pounds are dropping off like this. Personally, some people prefer to do intermittent fasting with keto just to get the best results out of it, because intermittent fasting, as I mentioned earlier, can help you stay in ketosis. It can help you burn fat faster. It can actually tone up your body. So I do recommend intermittent fasting. I do have a video on intermittent fasting if you want to start intermittent fasting, and check that out. Also, like, comment, and subscribe while you're here, while we're chatting. I just want to share a little bit about my experience with keto. So in July of 2020, I started my weight loss journey, and I started doing keto. I looked up a lot of different methods, but keto really interests me because it's mainly about the food that you're consuming instead of just working out but still eating horrible foods, you know? So once I started changing the way I ate, the pounds kind of just dropped off. Like, I lost like about 20 pounds in a month just doing straight keto, and I enjoyed it. Like, you can do straight keto, lazy keto. Like, there's different methods out there, but you're still losing weight and you're enjoying it as you go. I enjoy doing keto. I'm currently not doing it right now, but I am still trying to do like very much a low carb diet, and it's kind of similar, but I'm still like enjoying certain things like my beans and and my corn, a little bit of starchy vegetables, but I try to limit my amount because I don't want to gain a whole bunch of weight back. Now with keto, I was doing intermittent fasting as well, and I love intermittent fasting. Also, I was exercising. So those three combinations of keto, intermittent fasting, and also doing some type of movement throughout the day really helped me on my weight loss journey. I also like to mention I did not have any type of surgery done. I kept it genuine from the start, and also I just did like different little things here and there, challenges like the egg fast. You can go on my Instagram and see, you know, the different methods that I've done. But keto was the main method that I did, and keto was one of the main methods that I really just told people because it helped me a lot. It helped me lose all the weight. Like, I give keto, you know, a highly recommendation because of the fact that I lost over 100 pounds doing keto. But if it's not your way of going, then I do recommend you lower your amounts of carbs just so you can start seeing results. And on my weight loss journey, it wasn't like I was just doing a straight narrow line of keto. Of course, I have my cheat days here and there. I mean, it's not a journey if you don't have a couple cheat days. Like, I made exceptions just for like holidays, just like my anniversary. My birthday, of course, you know, I'm gonna drink. I made exceptions here and there, and that's what kept it fun. But even though I made those exceptions, I made sure to go back to keto so that I don't lose track of my progress. And so I also, like I tell people, you can have your cheat days, you can enjoy yourself. In the day, we are human. We are going to have slip-ups. Like, you know how many times I, you know, slipped a little, you know, pound cake in my day? My grandma just makes the best pound cake to me. But like, you can have that. You can have like these different things, but don't forget to go back to your journey. Don't give up on your progress. Enjoy the small things, but also get back into grind mode. Like, maintaining the weight is the biggest challenge of it all, because you can lose a whole bunch of weight, but if you just give up after you get to your goal, then you can slowly gain that weight back if you don't stay on top of it. Okay, so next I will be doing a Q&A, so you can either comment below any questions you may have that I did not answer in this video, or you can hit me up on Instagram, because I actually will be making a post, you know, to asking about keto and what y'all want to know that I did not mention in this video. I'm so glad y'all stuck around. I'm so glad. I told y'all I'm gonna be consistent. I told y'all I'm gonna be a little bit more active. I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want. And this is today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell on the side so you can be notified when yours truly posts another video. We made it again until week 2 of the August 30-day challenge. I'm trying to just stay focused, stay consistent, and we'll see what the results are giving. So hit me up if you do have any questions. I'm always here. You might be a little busy sometimes, but just know that I be asleep most of the time. Yeah. Hope y'all have a good day. Stay blessed. Love y'all. Don't forget to love yourself. And I'll check in with y'all later. Bye.